All right, so a very good morning, everyone, and my name is Sanjeev Roy, and I welcome you all on behalf of Mind Sculptors IAS. So, look, as you can see the screen in front of you, recently 69th BPSC Prelims Examination was concluded on 30th of September, and the prelims answer key is out last night. It was published by BPSC on its website, and we all must have matched our answer, all the options that we had marked, and we have checked evaluate. Look, today I'm here to discuss what are the options that is left with the aspirants. What are the options, right? So there must be two or three kinds of people. One who is scoring or clearing the cutoff, and the other who are not clearing the cutoff score, unfortunately, like they are within 70s, and I'm talking about the general candidates. अगर जनरल कैंडिडेट्स हैं और 70s या 65 के नीचे आपके स्कोर हैं तो आप कट ऑफ नहीं क्लियर कर रहे हैं. मेरा कट ऑफ का जो एक्सपेक्टेशन है लुकिंग एट द पेपर, आई विल बी टेलिंग दिस इन द एंड. Look, the question looking at the paper that was concluded on the 30th of September, looking at the level or the type of questions, what I concluded is number one, the question were on the tougher side. It was lengthiest so far. Like in the history of BPSC, I believe this was the lengthiest paper ever conducted. The paper also was tending towards UPSC, not exactly at the level of UPSC, but it was tending towards UPSC. Now you see why I'm saying the question to be the on the tougher side or the lengthiest, because can you just imagine the length of the question? You see, one Swamitva scheme, and then there are four options in these questions: 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't need to read the questions because we have discussed it on our YouTube channel. You can go and watch there, right? And you once again measure the length of this question. I was not able to take a screenshot in a page, so this screenshot is half. Can you just measure the length of the question? PLI scheme, and then there are the options which are in so much of depth, and then you can see the another question that is on insolvency and bankruptcy, right? So insolvency and bankruptcy was asked for the first time in our mains examination. I was in the examination hall at that time, and before that I had not heard about this insolvency and bankruptcy, though it was covered in editorial of the Hindu, right? Similarly, you can see other questions, and these are just the samples that I have taken in the screenshot just to show you why I'm saying it was the lengthiest paper and the toughest that BPSC had ever conducted, and also it was tilting towards UPSC. Look, BPSC is trying to evolve and evolve in a better way, and I'm very much happy with the performance of BPSC, but I just want to give some recommendations to them at an appropriate time. I will be giving it to them, right? All right. Okay. The next thing is the questions this year was beyond syllabus, right? So it was beyond syllabus. Why? Because there was a general science. All right, general science was there in the syllabus, but they have asked technology part in it, right? Tech part. So science and tech has been asked, which is not the syllabus of BPSC. Rather, it is a syllabus of UPSC, and UPSC very much nicely asked the question. The questions, all of us we know, there were space missions, question on space missions, right? And there are other questions which were on tougher side as well: molecular biology, molecular chemistry, or something like that. They have asked the questions in this, right? Now, next comes is the questions, interestingly, were not on the basis of previous year's questions. Look, the question is supposed to, like, all the, this is a fundamental, very fundamental thing that is expected out of, anybody that is conducting an examination, be it university, be it UPSC, be it anybody for that matter, be it BPSC or any other state PCS exams, that you are bound to ask questions on the pattern of the previous year's question paper you have asked, you yourself have asked. Why? Because otherwise, on the basis of what? You have not announced it in advance anyways. So syllabus they know, and a PYQ they know. Your syllabus is not that elaborative. You have just mentioned something, Indian polity, and that is all. Indian economy and two lines in that, and that is all. So what students are supposed to take from the syllabus that you are defining? They will obviously go to PYQ to take a reference. And this year you have not taken any cue from the previous year's question that you have asked, and so it also, and this is also a reason because of which I'm saying it was on the tougher side. So aspirants, please don't bother much. All right. Now the next comes is, if BPSC intends to become UPSC, though any state PCS body can never become UPSC no matter what, because they have certain something that I'm not aware of, and because of which that is very prestigious, and that is transcendental basically. So if at all Bihar Public Service Commission wants to become UPSC, sir, you'll have to reduce the number of questions you are asking. If you're giving such lengthy questions and you are expecting the aspirants, right, to solve that paper within a given time frame, that is not at all possible, because we need to be scientific before giving the questions. It's not about just setting the question, कुछ भी set कर दो आराम से, बच्चे अपना समझेंगे क्या करना है नहीं करना है. All right, it's not about solving the paper. All the aspirants, after coming out from the examination hall, they can solve the paper आराम से if they have studied, of course. But within the examination hall, when they see such lengthy papers, such long questions, they'll of course get stuck, and also they are not prepared for that because your PYQ was on the basis of something else. All right. So though I must clarify it that my classroom lecture notes and my test series was based on UPSC pattern only. So I have, like, my students got a little less, casualties as compared to others, right? So but that's not the thing that I wanna make. That's not the point I wanna make. My point is simple, that you'll have to reduce number of questions to maybe 100, and then you can give long questions like you have asked. Otherwise, you are not supposed to ask such questions. All right. Now, the next thing is, it was on the tougher side, and also there was 1/3 of negative marking. So अगर गलत होते हैं तो 1/3 आपका रिड्यूस होता है. ये भी एक टफनेस को ही बढ़ाता है, टफनेस को बढ़ाता है, एंड कॉन्सिक्वेंटली ये क्या करता है, ये आपके उसको क्या कहते हैं, आपके कट ऑफ को ये कम कर देगा. इट विल रिड्यूस द कट ऑफ फर्दर, राइट. नाउ द नेक्स्ट थिंग इज कि what is the expected cutoff, sir? What is the expected cutoff? Look, after looking at the question paper and talking to students, the aspirants, I believe, I'm not very sure, because कुछ धुरंधर होते हैं जो इसमें भी खेल जाते हैं, तो मुझे नहीं पता है, बट मेरा एक्सपेक्टेशन है कि 75 to 80 से ज्यादा नहीं जाना चाहिए इन एनी ऑफ द circumstances. So what next? That's a very important question that I wanted to discuss. Look, there are aspirants who are either crossing the cutoff score, and those who are not. Those who are crossing, those who are not, right? So for those who are not crossing, I'll make another video to discuss with them. For those who are crossing the cutoff, like they are crossing 75 marks, and I am talking about general, means this is the highest in the cutoff. इसके नीचे ही जाना चाहिए, चाहे फीमेल जनरल में हो, चाहे ओबीसी, चाहे एससी एसटी, इनसे नीचे ही में होने चाहिए, इससे ऊपर तो नहीं होने चाहिए एज पर मी। 75 to 80 का मैंने रेंज रखा है, 80 के ऊपर कट ऑफ तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं जाना चाहिए। सो फॉर दोज हु आर क्रॉसिंग द कट ऑफ, उनके पास टाइम एक तो कम है, बहुत ज्यादा कम है। बीपीएससी ने मेंस के लिए बहुत कम टाइम ड्यूरेशन दिया हुआ है, तो उसमें आप लोग के पास कोई भी चांस नहीं है कि आप अपने टाइम को वेस्ट कर सकते हैं। यू कैन नॉट अफोर्ड दैट टू हैपन। Now, what I wanted to share is that we are bringing up a mains content booster series. In that series, you will be given various, facts, data, examples on relevant topics, and very many things, committee and recommendations. Everything will be presented here and in this format as well, only by myself. Now, the next thing comes is means PYQ discussion. This also I'll be doing and in this format as well, because this is a better way of communication, I feel. So I'll be discussing means previous questions in detail. What is the demand of the question, or how you can deal with it, and or what are the different parts, implicit parts, explicit parts, and everything. And then comes newspaper analysis video. Look, ये दोनों के लिए भाई, जो कट ऑफ क्रॉस कर रहे हैं, जो कट ऑफ नहीं क्रॉस कर रहे हैं, दोनों के लिए ही है ये न्यूज़पेपर एनालिसिस वीडियो दैट आई एम गोइंग टू ब्रिंग वेरी सून, बिकॉज अब करंट अफेयर्स का ना थोड़ा सा इंपॉर्टेंस बढ़ने लगा। मोर देन करंट अफेयर्स, यू विल बी रिक्वायर्ड टू बी अवेयर ऑफ द न्यूज दैट इज गोइंग ऑन इन द मार्केट. And then comes the current affairs. One, newspaper analysis, just for your information, newspaper analysis will be different than this current affairs series. In this current affairs series, we'll be discussing, either weekly or fortnightly, which means 14 days, or monthly. We'll be discussing this thing. और उसमें क्या होगा, जो वीक का या जो मंथ का जो इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स चाहे वो जितने भी हो, हम लोग उसको कर करके डिस्कशन करके एट द अर्लीस्ट, और उन टॉपिक्स को हम लोग क्लोज कर लेंगे. एंड आई विल बी शेयरिंग the content that I'll make on my Telegram channel, which is Mind Sculptors IAS, right? Mind Sculptors IAS. All right, I'll write it simply over here. Mind Sculptors IAS. So join that channel for better content, more aligned content on the new BPSC pattern, on the new BPSC pattern, not the old one, right? New BPSC pattern. Alright, so नए BPSC pattern पे चीजों को करना थोड़ा सा difficult होगा. Look, when I used to teach polity, or when my history faculty used to teach history, we used to give very content in very much depth, in details. So BPSC aspirant used to get impatient कि सर इतना डेप्थ में तो पूछता नहीं है, सिर्फ आर्टिकल या कुछ बहुत थोड़ा थोड़ा तो पूछ लेता है. बट दिस ईयर, आफ्टर राइटिंग देयर प्रीलिम्स एग्जामिनेशन, व्हेन दे हैव सॉल्व्ड 100% of the question from the class lecture, that means we were in line, with what BPSC asked, and we were not doing anything extraordinary. We were just following, or we are just following the UPSC pattern. What UPSC asks, everyone follows. What UPSC does today, rest of the PCS examination body does it tomorrow, right? So that will be all for today. for a more beautiful and interesting candidate content on the basis of new BPSC pattern, I'll be bringing up more interesting video and PDFs for you. That'll be all for today. Thank you so very much, everyone. Good night. Take care. See you soon.